Welcome to Mechanical Advantage Garage. I'm Kerry. I'm sorry about not having any GTO or motorcycle content lately. The goat's still up at Lucor. They're still messing with the brake lines on it. Hope to have some content on that soon, and I've just had some things going on in my life that's kept me from doing more motorcycle content. So I figured rather than let the channel go dark, I'd go down to Cars and Coffee and here in Columbus at the City Apartments, and we'd check out some cars. Behind me is my daily driver. This is Fluffy the white unicorn that nobody wants. It's an 06 BMW 325xi 6-speed manual. When I got the car at 72,000 miles, it's one of those cars I was told that has a take rate when new of less than 1%. So there aren't very many 6-speed manual, all-wheel drive, naturally aspirated inline-six BMWs. It's not a 335 twin turbo. It's a good looking car. I don't know if you can see it here. It's my daily driver. I put miles on it. It's got about 150,000 miles, and it cruises nice, but probably not going to see it on the channel too much. There's not a lot of projects to go through with it. It needs a bumper cleanup. All the bumpers are scraped up, and it's got various New York City damage on it. But other than that, let's actually go see real cool cars here. So here we are pulling into Columbus Cars and Coffee, and it's kind of a big event today. It's very crowded here, so let's see what we got going on. Lots of interesting cars here. A lot of new stuff, a lot of muscle cars, a lot of European stuff. It's a good time. I'm gonna go find a place to park, and we can get walking around and start seeing some cars. Might as well let this Audi go through. Some very nice stuff here. Looks like a Maserati Quattroporte. I wonder if that's one of the bi-turbos. I haven't seen one of those in forever. GT6 Triumph. Wow, that's a rare bird. Some hot rods and some British stuff over here. That's kind of cool. Looks like all the Fiat X19s left running are here today. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. You know, it's weird. When I only lived in Brooklyn, I used to see Fiat X19s all the time. Weird. That those cars would A, still be running, and B, that people would be daily driving them in Brooklyn in the mid-2000s. You know, but whatever. All right, let's go park here. Go down this row, and then I'll come in next to these Hondas. Some Exo carts and trikes. You know, usual crew of Mustangs, Camaros, STIs, some Challengers, Audis, Corvettes. Let's get walking. So this is something I've never seen before. It looks like a billet intake on the Camaro. That's all very nicely machined. Let's see. MPI. But is this a ZL1? This is a ZL1. So it's a very nice car, extremely clean. But I've never seen this crazy billet intake before. It's just wild. Here, I'll get a big shot of the car right here. Being a Pontiac guy, I really do love this really clean 68 Le Mans. I mean, look at this. This is just unbelievably clean in here. And the whole car is very pretty. If we can scan out here. Just an absolutely gorgeous 68 Le Mans with a 400 in it, surprisingly enough. Or at least according to the callouts. Look at this gorgeous interior, and it's got a dual gate shifter. But it's not a GTO. That's interesting. Let's see. It's got the Hurst Equip badge. If you've seen in my previous videos, I have one of those for the back of my GTO for my his hers shifter that we'll put on eventually. But this is just a really beautiful Le Mans. Oh, and it's got the hood tack. I didn't even notice that at first, but yeah, here's the. So these were a factory option. It's a tachometer that sits on the hood, and yeah, they're pretty neat. I think 67 was the first year, so there's all the wiring for it. Kind of a neat setup. So here we have a really nice, clean 66 Nova SS. Digital screens inside. That's very cool. And he's got a chute. So I don't know how fast you have to be running to have a chute. The car looks like to be mini tubbed as well. Just a real beautiful car. Slick black paint. Just laser straight down the side. But really clean inside too. And it's caged, but it still has mostly stock interior. That's pretty cool. So, yeah, just a gorgeous Nova. Here is an
Shane, a lot of people from Xerox there. Yeah.
This must be every last running Fiat X19 left in Columbus. I'm just joking. I mean, they're good-looking cars. You just don't see very many of them anymore. They're old cars now. Not many people save them. Plus, we got a new Fiat at the end. But man, I do love the blue paint on this. The green paint on that one. Here's one of the new Fiats, which is a Miata chassis with its own engine. It's kind of an interesting car. It's an Abarth too. An RS3. That's a hot little rocket. New GSXs. Very pretty bike. A couple air-cooled Beetles here. Gorgeous cars. Oh, this one's gonna start up. Let's see. Here we go. Yep, sounds like a Beetle.
Oh, your brother-in-law? Yeah, I live in Kansas City. That's 5 years.
Everybody loves a DeLorean.
No, back now. She's giving you the rules.
56. There's a Lotus right next to it. And you never realize how small these British cars are till you see them next to something even small. They're supposed to be smaller, and they're smaller than that. I mean, it's kind of a gorgeous car, though.
I have all the receipts. Oh, I hope I'll see you at the sports show. Yeah, sounds good. This year? Yeah.
Weird that they don't have gear shifters. It's all buttons now. You know?
The grid like chassis, any powertrain you had to go with the standalone engine management system. So it's detuned via the ECU, but it's done.
We did the old Bobby Allison Miller Highlight livery on it.
It's a great car, man. It's taken a long time to get it as competitive in our series as it is right now. You got a cost? Yeah.
It's just a nice little rack.
Fields Auto Works, who sponsors and builds the car for me.
Right. So the way they had to do that was they printed the color and then they put their metal plate on top as another layer. So it's like a two-layer wrap.
Yeah.
But that's how they got the
bit, right? So, that'll fly enough? Yeah, it's good. Okay, you can let it go. Okay, I think the 455 was like 500 and some pounds. This is like 380-ish, somewhere in that range.
Have you ever put it on scales to see what the balance is?
Yeah, we actually had Yard Racing is the name of the company. We actually had to do it. My wife is actually, when we first got it, we were big into autocross and doing a bunch of road course events. So we actually had it set up for her to where the weight balance was exactly 50-50 either side with her into the passenger and her in the driver's seat. So, but it's right now it's 5140 million. We actually see the motor set back.
I was wondering if that was the same car. I used to love. Did you autocross locally?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, because you don't see a ton of them.
Yeah, down at Good Guys. I typically will run it down at Good Guys, where I've actually run it before. But you were there last year, right? No, I didn't go last year. I actually. No, last year I was out of town. The year before.
Look at this interior. Oh man, this is pretty. And there's a roll bar in it with the harnesses, but this is you could drive this. This is a comfortable looking interior. Hey Bill. 6-speed. That's cool.
Oh, I believe that.
And the hood is carbon fiber too.
This whole hood is carbon fiber, Kerry.
Actually, it's a lot of fun. Oh, the visceral feel of it. It's a heavy pedal. Don't get me wrong.
That's what I was thinking.
But we got 14-inch wheel woods on it with the 6 pistons. I mean, my wife, that's how she likes it. She does not want to change it over. I've tried getting to change it over. She will not change it over.
I keep noticing more and more stuff on this. I'm just like, being a big heavy car, I was just wondering what it was like,
Is it heavy?
With the wheels that are that wide and that much rubber on the ground, it stops fast.
How heavy is it?
Like 3,200, 3,151, and then with Amy in it, it's a little over 3,200 pounds.
That's not bad. That's close to stock weight.
Yeah, it's actually a couple 100 pounds below. I think, what, 3,400?
3,400. Yeah. Which is weird because my GTO is 3,450 and is
Think about
twice
that.
the length of this car.
Well, you think so, but this is 170. It's 176 inches long.
I mean, it's the second gens are always long cars,
Yeah.
but like my GTO is the length of a Suburban. Like that's a long car.
It's a big, heavy. I mean, it is a big, heavy go-kart. That's just how we describe it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Although
Now, the fenders,
it's got to be about the same weight as that BMW behind you.
What's that?
That BMW probably weighs more.
More than likely. I mean, that's what you would see.
I got a 128 that weighs about the same as this.
because the flarings look like they've been stretched a bit too.
Yeah,
Those
so all
are
right,
stock
so you're
flarings.
picking up. No, these are original flares that we actually did. We got rid of the belting.
Yeah,
It actually had that basically modified formed in, and then the actual there's two things going on. So flare here,
Yeah.
and then take a look at the inner fender well.
Well, besides the carbon fiber and that they're pushed this way.
No, it actually is this way.
Is it really?
So it's actually a deep inner fender well, and then it actually is a flared front fender. So that's how you make 18 by 12s work from the front.
I mean, like I said, I've got a 70, which is obviously, same era car, but it's so much different, you know. But I don't have these being a formula, but I know my fenders don't flare out this much.
It is. It's super subtle. It's really well done. It's all carbon fiber.
Oh, this is carbon fiber too.
Yeah.
It's only the shell is steel.
So from the firewall back, they will do a hook. They do a roof. They do a rear deck lid. I can do the rear sail panel if we want to. We can do the rear actual tail panel, spoiler, all that stuff. If you really want to get into that, they want us to do the door.
So that's about it for this episode of Mechanical Advantage Garage. Sorry it was short and we didn't get to see all of the cool stuff, but hopefully you enjoyed it. And stay tuned with the channel, keep following, keep liking, keep subscribing, and hopefully in the next couple of weeks I'll have more GTO content for you. I'll have more motorcycle content for you, and some cool stuff to do. And maybe we'll do some events and other things since summer's here and time is right for racing in the street. I don't know that we'll actually go to any street races, and I'm definitely not racing in the street, but those of you who know the Bruce Springsteen song, you know. But yeah, anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed this, and stay tuned.